Gender and Development Policy Center, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, organized a one-day symposium on gender and sexual harassment on campus. Theme: Gender Center and You. Speak Out. It was organized for all first-year students and other students. Date: March 10, 2025. Time: 10 a.m. at Princess Alexandria Auditorium. Director: Professor Nkadi Onyegebu. Here are some clips.
I want to hand over the microphone to Professor Uche Ziri. Yeah, I think after her, we'll have one more speaker and do justice then.
Thank you very much. I want to come from a proactive direction. What do you do so that you don't get sexually harassed? We have cases of young people who provoke their colleagues. You entice them, you send them messages, you send them your nude pictures and all kinds of things. And when they now turn back and react, they are sexually assaulting you. So, I'm coming from the angle of a girl being proactive. If you don't want to be harassed by anybody, Professor Umano had told us that if you're serious with your studies, nobody will come near you. But you will miss classes. You will not come for lectures. And then at the end, you go to the lecturer's office. Sir, what can we do? What he can do is to harass you, even though he's not supposed to. First, your studies serious. You do your assignments, you do everything. If you get a failing grade that you are not supposed to, she had talked about confidence. You can confidently report to somebody. Let me mention a case. A lecturer decided in his class that his class reps will be two, male and female. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. He had that, a male and a female class rep. And a young girl, very, very, very intelligent and smart girl. She now told the colleague, the boy, please, you are the one to be interfacing with the lecturer because he's male. I will be interfacing with the students. So that was how they shared the assignment. And it was working well for them. Until suddenly the lecturer said, why can't this girl come to my office? Today he asked the girl, why can't you come to my office? The girl said, sir, we shared it. It is his duty to be coming to your office if there is need. Mine is to be interfacing with the student because I love you. And the man now said, okay, I'm going to reverse the role. I want you to be the one coming to my office. She thought about it and said, well, it's okay, I will come. The first day, she told one of her colleagues, you will go with me. When they got there, the man said, who is this? And the girl said, she is my assistant. He said, who appointed her? Very bold girl, she said, I did. Because the work is getting too much, like if we have to share something in the class, so I appointed her. She said, so must you go everywhere with her? And the girl said yes. They let that pass. Insisted that the girl should come by 5 p.m. The girl thought about it and said, this man wants to, if I go there now and because she had seen signs. If you are an intelligent girl, you will know when somebody wants to go after you. If you pretend you don't know, then you are very naive. She had seen the signs. So what did this girl do? She walked up to my office. She didn't even go to their coordinator. I was dean of GS. She walked up to me and said, ma, this is the situation I found myself in. I want you to come and handle it once and for all. I said, okay. You said this appointment is for today by 5 p.m. No problems. You will go. Let us even see what he has for you. By 5 p.m., the assistant was standing beside the door. I walked from up and she opened the door and entered. And the man said, today you are now being reasonable. She said, what is being reasonable? It is most inconvenient for me to come to your office by 5. I don't like it. have been complaining. She was just talking and I now opened the door. And I said, young girl, what is it? And she opened up. I now looked at the lecturer. I said, now when did this one start? I said, oh yeah, you leave the office. And she left. I told the man, let me see you in the office tomorrow. And the next day he came. When he came to my office, I said, what kind of thing is that? Asking this young girl to come to your office by that time of the time and come alone and stuff like that. Unfortunately for him, another person who was a colleague of his, a young lecturer, there are several young lecturers now, was in the office, and she said, this lady turned to me and said, this one, he has plans, so ask him. Last week I slapped him. I said, so I turned to the man and said, has he reached to the stage where your colleague is slapping you? What did you do? She said, I have begged you now. Are we still talking about it? And the lady said, he is, the lady opened up and was now saying that he is dangerous and stuff like that. What am I trying to say? That young girl saw the signs and became proactive. She did not want to be harassed, so she reported before the action could take place. But if you encourage them, you can go to the extent, you'll be exchanging text messages, you will be doing this, you'll be doing that, so that they will be caught in the act. Sometimes they will not be caught in the act, and you are the one that will be harmed. So, I have this feeling that prevention is better than cure. If they harass you, please feel free to report. At the same time, do not give them the opportunity to harass you. In my department, a young girl came to me and said, this particular lecturer has been calling me that I didn't do well. But there's no way I won't do well. How can I not do well? He's been telling me that I didn't do well and I'm worried. I said, okay. Are you sure he said this? He said yes, that he said if I come, he will bring out my script, mark it in my presence, and then I will pass. Like me, I'm not comfortable. I said, no problems. I said, the young girl, lawyer, come, let's go. We entered the young man's office. I opened the door. He greeted me. Yeah, ma. I said, do you know this young girl? He said, yes, I know her. He's my student. I told the girl, lawyer, you can go. So the girl went out and I now told him, so can I now see this script that he did so badly in, that you want him to sit, and he now brought out the script. Do you know that this young man had marked all the scripts of the others, except this girl's script? He hasn't marked it. He has actually sent the results to be published, but this girl's script was still with him, so that when they now publish and his grade is not there, she'll start begging. But fortunately for her, she is a student who knew that there's no way she could fail that course, and she reported. What did the young man do? Say, hey, Auntie Pico, take the script, see my marking script, mark, publish the results. I don't want to have anything to. I said, but you had already messed yourself up. Who knew how many others? I said, how many scripts are you still keeping? She said that it is only her own. That was when I even know that he had moved out the report. I had to recall the result from where it is and saw that this girl's face was absent. What am I saying? As young girls, try to keep yourself in a position where they cannot harass you. She talked about when somebody asks you what is your name, you say, you start boldly look the person in the eye and say, my name is Oge. And what is your own name? By the time you throw the question back, you see that the person won't have anything to say. When they invite you, come, can we go here? Sorry, I'm not interested. The CSO has told us about parties and what have you. Please, all of us heard about that young girl that jumped. She said, hey, when we went there, it was not what I bargained for. What did you bargain? When a man said, let's go to the hotel, and you follow him, what were you bargaining for? You must learn to operate within your own space. You came here to read. Students organize parties. You can attend parties organized by students. You can't even see the person inside the car. And the next minute, you want to follow them and go. When you fail and come back, sometimes we even had a case of a girl following all those men and then coming back with them to come and kidnap or harass his exam officer. What was it he wanted to do? They stopped the young man in front of her. Is he here or the other? Around here. And said, we want to talk to you. The man said, what do you want to talk to me about? He now looked and saw the girl inside. They were trying to force him inside the car. A young lecturer. Other students now screamed and came to his head. And later the girl said, he's my boyfriend. He was wondering why I have not graduated. And I told him that my exam officer has not done my result. Is it the exam officer? Eventually, when we brought out the result, come and see all the F's in this world. Is it the exam officer that will convert the F? They had offered the young man money, and he said he's not interested. That he likes this job that he just got. That he just graduated, just finished his master's, got this job. Please, that he's not interested. In fact, the money they promised him is like 3 times his salary. Because he knew himself, he said, please, I am not doing. If I change your results, you had an F. Let me use physics department as an example, even though you are in education, and I change it as F. When he gets to the exam office and they bring out the physics department result, they will still see that it is an F. So what am I talking about? Young ladies, know yourself. Know yourself. If you are confident and anybody is trying to harass you, learn to also speak out. These incidences I reported did not even happen when I was associating with Gender Center. The one of the scripts happened when I wasn't even a professor then, but I could boldly walk. The young girl just felt that, no, this is a mommy, she can help me. You can identify the people that can help you. And the way I did it, do you know this girl? Yes. Okay, you can go. I now faced him. Because if I had kept the girl there and both of us were talking and talking, she did not want to be harassed before she reported, even though that one is also a harassment, because harassment can actually be emotional. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical. So try as much as possible to protect yourself and to remove yourself from situations that are harassing. That is my advice. And know that there are a lot of people you can report to before they act, so that they can prevent the harassment happening and you now going to report and seek legal redress. It is better to be safe than to be sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kuchinzeru. Let's listen to Chiamaka Ukweze from NAS, Director of Gender Affairs.
We are the student champions from Shehu Musaya Adowa Foundation. We are brought here to give a talk on fostering the culture of safety and respect. So, promoting a culture of safety and respect among students and staff isn't easy. Previous attempts have been made, but all seem futile because our generation we don't need to sugarcoat anything. You're a very, very, very difficult generation. So we are planning to give certain seminars, certain events, so that we can teach our fellow students on the culture of safety and respect, and also the effects of gender-based violence. We are also looking for volunteers that can help us to achieve our goal of fostering a gender-based violence-free university. So the major strategies we could use to foster a culture of safety and respect among students and staffs are: establish clear policies and procedures. A bill has already been placed on the issues of gender-based violence and other things related to it. But we need clear and cut out policies on it so that